and welcome to session number 6 of 7 Secrets of Success. And today's topic is communication skills for success. Let's see what exactly is. So this is for the sake of my video recording. This is also for the sake of video recording, but otherwise all of you have seen it yesterday also. This is the overall 7 topics, and these are the discussion points for today. Pitfalls in communication. How to make spoken communication effective, because it is, when making a presentation, then you are in a spoken communication scenario. So how to make it effective. More than speaking, listening is a problem. So how to be an effective listener. Importance of empathy. And one topic by name readability index in the context of written text. So how many of you know what is readability index? Just put in the chat box if you are aware of what is readability index and how do you get it and how do you compute it and how do you get it using Word, etc. Just let me see. Ananya says no. Okay. So 2 no's are there, please. I can go ahead with that. Now, communication, when we do COMMU, the U part means I am responsible for ensuring that the communication that starts from me is well understood by the other person. Because I can't ever blame the receiver that I had told you so many times you are not able to understand. So when I point a finger at that person, you don't understand. In the case of communication, it is actually pointing at me. 3 fingers are pointing at me. So that is where we go wrong. We may write something, we may speak something. If the other person misunderstands, it is not the other person's mistake, it is our mistake, because we did not put it in a manner that is correctly understood by the other person. Because who is at loss? I'm telling something to somebody because I want something to be done, or I want my feelings to be conveyed. And if that purpose is not met, I am at loss. What is to be done will not be done, or will be done in a problematic manner. It is not the purpose for which I have told that person. If it is feeling to be understood, and if I am not conveyed it in a manner, right manner, the feelings may not be understood. So in every case, I am the loser if I am not able to communicate properly. So let us see what are the various things by which communication is in spoken mode is not understood, not communicated properly. One is word meaning not understood. I'll give examples. Inappropriate body language. There is a mismatch between the body language and the spoken word. And in that case, the spoken word will not be considered. The body language meaning will be considered. And forgetting. Spoken language is very easy to forget. After some time, you don't even know what has been told. Now, for example, multiple meanings are there for words. Ring. One is a ring. Engage. When you get engaged, you get a ring. So once when I was had a first appointment in Goa, and those were the days when you dial there is a telephone operator, there is a mini telephone exchange in the naval base, and commanding officer will tell the telephone operator that please connect me this number, etc. So she was a new telephone operator. So commanding officer told her to ring a particular number. And she told him back Sir, I tried, sir. I'm getting engaged. And he said, okay, give me ring later. Now, these two meanings exactly coincide with totally different meaning. I'm getting engaged and give me ring later. In the phone, it is engaged tone aa raha hai, and give a call back later. Similarly, one person went to a doctor with the fever symptoms. And the doctor said, are you using net? The patient said, yes, sir. I use net. I got Airtel net connection. The doctor said, I am not talking about internet. I am talking about mosquito net, because you are possibly having malaria. And if you have mosquito net, please use the mosquito net. So net has got, tell me different meanings of net, word itself, net, what all things, where all things the net word is used, other than the mosquito net and the internet. What else net can be there? Network of people, yes. Network.
Net means use, filter.
Yeah, like for example, catching a fish or something, filtering. Then so many others are there. You only have to think.
Net worth also.
Net worth is there. Net. So much. So what meaning I have in mind, what the meaning other person has got can be different. Again, one patient went to doctor and doctor said, tested everything. Then doctor finally said, what is the color of your stool? And patient said, it's white. My God, white stool. And since how long you have been having this white stool? This I've been having last 6 months. My God, 6 months white stool and you are coming now. And patient said, what is the problem, doctor? I painted the black stool into white stool 6 months back. Was that the problem for my disease? And what is the meaning of paraya?
Malayalam, is it?
No, English word. I will not use Malayalam here, though I am Malayali. It is an English word available in the Oxford Dictionary. Paraya is like, I mean, just 2 days back it came. Afghanistan, if it continues with the Taliban rule, the US State Department said Afghanistan will be considered as a pariah state. The pariah state means nobody wants to do business with it, like Korea, North Korea. No connection with anything, like, no country has got serious diplomatic relationship because they don't want to mix with other countries in the United Nations. So it is a pariah country, means sort of untouchable. So Afghanistan will be considered as a pariah country. This is the warning given yesterday by, I think, Blinken about Afghanistan situation. But the origin of the word is Tamil. The word has been, that is the beauty of English language. They pick up any word from anywhere and use it as their own. That's why it has got 1 million words. And if you ask me why the word pariah has been chosen, yeah. Earlier days, when India was practicing all these bad practices like untouchability, so they were considered as untouchable caste. But the English word meaning has nothing to do with community. English word meaning is whatever bad things you have done, I do not want to have any relationship with you. That is the meaning of pariah state. So Subramanian Swami, long back, maybe 20 years ago, he made a statement in Delhi about that time Tamil Nadu government under Jayalalitha. And he said, because of the policies of the Tamil Nadu government under Jayalalitha, the state has become a pariah state now. And he was traveling from Delhi to Chennai. As soon as he got out of the plane, he got a message from someone saying that police is waiting outside the airport. As soon as you come out of the airport, you are going to be arrested under the Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribes Atrocities Act, because you insulted the scheduled caste by using the word Paraya. So he did not come outside the airport. He went back in the same plane back to Delhi. Then I filed a case in the Supreme Court, say that my word of Paraya has nothing to do with Tamil word. It's an English word I used, and English word is not a derogatory word as far as the caste is concerned. So it's not that Jayalalitha doesn't know that. Jayalalitha knows that because she's very good in English. But you want to misunderstand something, you can always use that you told me this one and it is insulting to me. So word meaning can be different for different people. Some can be genuinely ignorant. Some are possibly because I want to misunderstand. That's why I'm misunderstanding. So that is why communication in spoken becomes very, very difficult. Now we had this Black Lives Matter in the US. There's so many words which are now become not to be used types. Any idea what are? Give me some example of what words cannot be used because they're sensibility towards the African American population. Yeah, Negro was not used for quite some time. I mean, earlier itself it was banned. You can't use the word Negro, and nigger you can't use. And so much so, somebody used a word called niggardly. Any idea what is the meaning of niggardly? Niggardly has nothing to do with the black population. Niggardly means, like in Hindi we say kanjoos, na? Like somebody doesn't want to spend money. Even that word was taken as an insult to the black population, and that person had to resign from their state senate or something. Miser. Miser is the English meaning of meaning in English, but another word. So niggardly, like now we are using our budgets very in a niggardly manner, was a statement made in their house, and that was taken as an offense to the African American. So we don't know where we get stuck in words. Any amount of care we take, we can still get into trouble. So after the latest Black Lives Matter, there are some 2-3 words which are coming to the list where you can't use those things. Can you, anybody knows about it? In computer, we always had the master computer and attached to what other computers are called as?
Server, client server.
Slave.
Master slave also was there. You
Master
can't
slave,
use
client
the word.
server.
You can't use the word master slave now. You have to use main computer and secondary computer. This is now after the latest thing. You can't use the word blacklist. You have to say accepted list and rejected list. This has come now in the last 6 months. And if you are not sure about that, you will get into trouble just for using this word in an American cultural context. Because you can be sued, you can be, I mean, if you're in a position where you are taking class, for example, if you're coaching somebody in US and you use this word, you can be sued for that. So any number of complications are there. I think Nagesh sir, please mute your, you need to be muted. Whenever you want to speak, you don't have to unmute. You can just press the space bar. As long as you're speaking, it remains unmuted. And the moment you stop speaking, you take out your hand from the space bar. That is ideal. Otherwise, you tend to forget. To make spoken communication effective, use precise words. Now, precise words means you don't say that, there is a big traffic jam. That is no meaning. So you say there was a traffic jam and I spent half an hour in that jam. That gives an indication. How much was the traffic jam? Huge traffic jam is meaningless as far as I'm concerned, because if I'm someone who is accustomed to 1 hour waiting in some jam, huge means 3-4 ghante. No, half an hour, because I am not accustomed to that half an hour time. So you are actually quantifying everything. You say you have a tendency to come late all the time. That is not precise. Instead of that, say, last month you came late by more than 10 minutes in 3 occasions. That is proper feedback. So when instead of using 2 words, the same thing can be conveyed with 1 word, go for the 1 word, so that you avoid verbosity, because people are listening, and if it is long-winded, they don't, I mean, what you said in the beginning of the sentence, by the time it comes to the end of a sentence, that is forgotten. And mumbling is, you are not opening the mouth properly. To be audible, your mouth should open wide, and the tongue has to have enough place to roll all over the mouth, inside the mouth. But if, like, you must have seen people have tambaku or pan in their mouth, and they have to speak like this when they're not able to open the mouth. So you can't even hear what is. I had one commanding officer, first appointment, and he was 6 feet tall, and I was like, 5.5 feet, and well-built person. And he had a habit of, not completing the sentence and not pronouncing the full words also fully. And we are always, paying attention, but not able to understand. But then our usual method was, we'll go 2-3 people together to him, so that instructions. And by the time when he come out, you ask the other person, what did the CO say? So everybody is to take lightly, because in any case, you can get a briefing from any outside. So once 3 of us, young sub-lieutenants, went inside, he gave some briefings, he gave me 5 minutes order or something, etc. We didn't understand anything. Came out and asked the other person, hey, what did he say? What is what supposed to do? All other 2 also said, mujhe bhi samajh mein hai. That means nobody understood what he was saying. And you're too scared of life to ask him back, because he was a towering figure, and we were just fresh 1 month into the naval base in Goa that time. So when you are speaking, don't do the mumbling part of it. Exactly speak, opening the mouth wide, allowing the tongue to roll properly, especially like, for example, in the public speaking, when you're giving a speech, and if people cannot understand, they'll just switch off. And then if you put fillers, isn't it or not, etc., because you're not able to form the sentences, proper uses, pauses and modulations are required. Because pause is the one which gives the real meaning to this. So there is a story about some Robert Clive. Robert Clive was the one who fought in that time Madras and conquered the Fort St. George fort. After he became the boss there, he indulged in lots of corruption that time. And then he was court-martialed, and the lawyer who was defending him gave an eloquent speech, 45 minutes, continuous speaking. And then 1 minute, he did like this. 1 minute, silence, pin drop. And then he spoke again. And he won the case. And all the people waiting outside, the press people, etc. Your speech was so fantastic. And especially the point where you stopped for a minute and did this one. And we were thinking, what will you say next? The lawyer said, even I was thinking what to say next. मैं भी भूल गया क्या बोलने का. So sometimes you can use these pauses to get your ideas clear, and people will not understand. And the best person, example for pausing and talking and effective speaker is who? From the political arena?
Bihari
Vajpayee.
How effective it was. It looks as if, he's deliberately pausing or thinking of the word to come, but most effective with full of good pauses. Because after the pause, what comes is like a thunder. So practice pauses, modulations. If you don't modulate, then it is a lullaby. And the best piece of communication for putting children to sleep is mother's lullaby. 5 minutes of monotonous singing, any mother can sing a lullaby because that doesn't get any modulations. And after 5 minutes, you are hypnotized to sleep, the child. So if you do that same thing in a public speaking, everyone is hypnotized. Body language, spoken word, and tone should match. If I am working under you and say Rakesh sir says, Vijay, you have been working under me for last 1 year. कैसे लग रहा है? Sir, बहुत खुश हूँ sir. I am very happy sir. My words are happy, but my whole body is saying, कहाँ फंस गया? So don't go by the words, go by what my body is saying. And eye contact, maintain eye contact. Doesn't mean that you stare at that person, but even an audience, there are 50 people are there. You can, like a lighthouse method, you can go through various people. So these are some of the things which makes spoken communication very effective. Be clear. Avoid jargons. Every industry has its own technical words, which only they will know, others will not know. Even you go to a roadside garage, what is the jargon for a spanner that person uses? Say size 12 spanner chahiye. So how will you call his assistant? Chotu.
24 पाना देना.
12 देना. हमारे customer लिए 24 क्या होता है? 12-13 क्या होता है? One side is पाना देना. 24 पाना देना. So each industry has got its own. The problem comes a technical person speaking to a commercial person of the client. If you use all technical words, the other person may not understand, and he might lose the business because it will not convey. So Navy also has its own jargon. So we had finished our initial training in Cochin. Rest of the training we are coming to by ship to Bombay. It was about 45 years ago. And ship in a beautiful weather in the Arabian Sea during the December, calm sea. And I was in the uniform and standing on the upper deck, enjoying the beauty of the Arabian Sea. One sailor means non-officer, he came, smartly saluted, and he said, "Sir, compliments from captain." I said, "Thank you." And he's not going. Again he repeated, "Sir, compliments from captain." I said, "ठीक है, अब क्या करूं?" And he understood that I had not understood what is the meaning of compliments. Is it same word used in Air Force also, Rakesh? In the Navy, when a senior officer wants to scold a junior officer or reprimand a junior officer for whatever mistake has happened, and if it has a message has to go through a non-officer, he doesn't say usko bulao gali de do. No, give my compliments to him. आके बुलाएं, आने के बाद give gali. So that is the word used. Give my compliments. I didn't know. So then he told me, "Sir, when captain sends the compliment, it means you have done some mistake. He's calling you. He has to scold you up now itself. Please go." So I went and saluted him. He said, "Where is your cap?" On upper deck, you are supposed to be in uniform, and you are in uniform. You have to be full uniform. That is, you have to also wear a cap. So go and get your cap and come back. So each industry, organization has its own jargon, and if you do not know that, there will be a problem. But etc., hedges, fillers, active voice is more forceful. And when you speak in spoken language, it has to be vivid. Means while listening to my narration, that person should be able to visualize the whole thing in his mind. Like I used to read ghost stories. Nowadays, nobody reads stories. They all watch from the YouTube or TV. But when we are growing up, only story books were there. And ghost stories were very, very popular. And says, dark night, lonely tree, moon is rising, wind is blowing. When you narrate this one, you're able to actually visualize in our mind, kaisa raha hoga udhar. So when you speak also, that vividness should come. People should not be thinking, kya bolu abhi, kaise, what is to be imagined? No, nothing left imagination. Everything is crystal clear. Now, poor expressions. This is a joke, of course. A couple had a new chauffeur. The lady asked him to take her out shopping and was very shaken by the experience because he was a very rough driver. Back home, she pleaded with the husband, you must dismiss the new chauffeur immediately. He's so rash. He nearly killed me 3 times this morning. What does she want? She wants him to be removed, new chauffeur to be appointed. And the husband, with her understanding that, he says, darling, don't be so hasty. Give me another chance. Another chance for what? Killing her? Because it can be interpreted that abhi is baar he was not able to kill you. और दूसरा एक chance दे दो उसको. Read this and understand. Tell me if you are able to understand what exactly is written here. And this is not some concocted text. It is by a very, very known figure, known sports person, hero of the country. Deliberately, I removed the name from there because I don't want to put it in YouTube with a name there. You just have to say whether you are able to understand anything or not. No. Indian team had gone to West Indies, lost the matches there. Then they went to England, lost the matches there. Then they went to Australia, lost match 1 and 2. Before the 3rd match, there was a press conference and captain replied in this particular manner in the press conference. If you can't convince the people, confuse the whole lot of them. So typical example of when you are in a stress, etc., you are not able to frame your sentences properly because you are under tremendous stress, having lost match in almost 3 continents. So that has to be avoided. Now, this is also a real case. It happened in Chennai, 2010. US Vice Consul Maureen Chow speech at the SRM University in Chennai. She was probably trying to be funny or humorous. She was traveling from Delhi to Bhubaneswar or someplace, or Puri or someplace, yeah, Orissa. I was on a 24-hour train trip from Delhi to Orissa. But after 72 hours, the train still did not reach the destination. And my skin became dash, 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 etc. Whatever is in red. I do not want to read it also. Now, can you make a humorous comment on the entire population? What was in her mind, God knows. And she had, the US consulate had to issue an apology for the mistake done by the US Vice Consul. So people at any stage can make mistakes. Things will go wrong. Any chance of things going wrong, things will go wrong. Now, is there anybody from Maharashtra in this audience? Let me see. Nagesh sir is there.
I am also.
Who Rahul is there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, and Devendra, I don't know, Delhi. Manohar Nair is as good as being Maharashtrian. Okay, Sachin Dangle is there. And Sachin Dangle is from Pune. So this is from Pune. What does it mean and what is wrong with this? What is wrong with this? I had taken a photograph myself. I did not Google.
Sir, warning board should have been 500 meter before that pool. Bridge.
हाँ तो है, ब्रिज के पास ही है वो.
पास के नहीं, उसको 500 पहले होना चाहिए.
हाँ ब्रिज से पहले ही है.
नहीं तो ब्रिज के ऊपर है ना.
ब्रिज के ऊपर नहीं है.
अच्छा.
On the road, before the under bridge.
Okay sir, okay.
What is wrong? What are you telling in this one?
Basically, they are telling about the height of the allowed height of the vehicle,
Correct.
which is supposed to go from.
So who is the receiver of this communication?
Yes, the heighted the vehicles which have more height than
Correct.
4
The
meters.
driver has to read it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you expect a truck driver coming all the way from Chennai, where
Mhm.
Hindi or Devanagari is not taught. And poor chap has probably not even had sleep in the night, because normally they drive during the night. You expect him to read this essay in Hindi and Marathi and get its meaning that only 4.1 clearance is there and avoid the going under the bridge. This is just near the railway station in Pune, very close to Rahul's house, maybe 5 kilometers from there. 3 times the lorries have got stuck there because the driver could not read it. And this is totally against the law, because the law says you have to have pictorial things. And circle, then 1 arrow up and 1 arrow down, in center mein 4.5. But routinely this communication rule is flouted by over enthusiastic linguistic enthusiasts and say no, apna language mein likhte hain, which cannot be understood by everybody right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So, and Sachin Dangle is there. The similar things happened in Pimpri in that underpass. Lorries getting stuck because people did not understand what was written, because it was written not in a manner that other person can read it. I had this happening in Bangalore. What does this signal mean?
Do not turn left.
Left
left
turn is
turn.
prohibited.
No left turn. Nah. So I was 100 meters from that, where that junction was there, 100 meters from there. I actually had to go left. The moment I saw this no left turn, I came onto the right lane, because if no left is there, then can't be there. I should not be there. I should be in the right, because then I had to turn to the right. Either go straight or turn to the right. I wanted to go right, so when I came near that signal, from 100 meters, the signal became green. When I came near, then I saw written like this. What is written here? Inside the bar.
No free left turn.
And such a small font was not visible from 100 meters. By the time I already reached the signal, now I can't change to the left lane. So though I wanted to go to the left, I had to go to the right, go 2 kilometers, take a U-turn and come back to go to my destination. All because somebody put an additional unnecessary stuff, because this is not part of the traffic signals. There is no thing like no free left turn written inside this, because signal needs to be read from a distance, because you might have a queue for 100 meters in traffic situations. So this is an additional thing which Bangalore police has done. If SK Ghosh is there, this is near the Malleshwaram.
Sir, actually, Bangalore, this is followed and correctly followed, because if there is a no left turn, there will be 2 cross. And if it is a 1, you have to understand something is there. Most probably it is no free left, like that.
Correct. So in that case, right, no free left turn in big letters on a separate board. Don't mix up the traffic sign with your own. So you have to write there, no free left turn, in a separate board in Kannada as well as English.
If there is a no left turn, sir, it will be 1 more cross. That will give a cross.
I'm not talking about traffic. I'm talking about the visibility of the
Visibility not clear. It is
100
everywhere.
meters, 100 meters, this
People
font is
get the
not visible.
mistakes.
So second time when I had no
Correct.
problem. This happened when the first time I was going.
First time we to
Correct.
read
So
that this is
anybody
written
can-
something.
Anybody can come first time, no? So it
Correct.
is not a question of rule is right or not. Rule has to be not be superimposed on an existing signal, traffic sign, because the font size will be smaller and people cannot read it from there. That is what. So you are telling me, na? So I must be able to understand, because I am the receiver of the communication and I have all the right to make it easy for me. And that is the responsibility of the person who is giving that thing. What is this? What do you make out?
It's actually a person who's thirsty, drinks cola and becomes very angry.
Correct. Cola advertisement. Somebody was very thirsty, he had a drink of cola and he regained his energy. But this was shown in Saudi Arabia, it was a disaster. Because Saudi Arabia, they read from right to left. Man was running without any problem. Cola pee ke mar gaya. So cola mat piyo. So when you go to Saudi Arabia, you have to reverse the thing. This should come here and this should come there. So understand how is the reader going to use it. Same thing as jargon. In technical language, there is something known as cookies. Delete your cookies, and your internet, when you visit a website, it says this website uses cookies. Are you permitting us to use cookies or not? If you say no, then you get out of the website. But a dog cookie means biscuit. I'm from tech support. I'm going to delete your cookies means he is talking about biscuits only, not the actual cookies. Now, listening and somebody else is speaking. So when I speak, I must make is all that we have talked about so far. But when I listen, I cannot tell you are not using slide number up to 17 was for the speaker. Now use all the 1 to 17 thing, then I will listen properly. No, I may not have the luxury of a speaker who uses all those things. In spite of that, I have to listen. It may be my boss who is telling in mumbled words. I can't tell first stop your mumbling, then I will listen. No, I have no such luxury. So I have to listen. LISTEN, which stands for look interested. Because if you speak, when somebody speaks and your face looks bored, the speaker doesn't have any energy to continue. Because your body language shows that you are not interested. So you have to make it in your face that you are looking interested. When there is doubt, you'll have to clarify those doubts. Don't assume anything, whatever the person is told is 100% understood. Ask. And don't derail the topic. Stay on target. Because sometimes people derail because I'm not interested in the topic being discussed. So let me take him to another line so that I get a... So test your understanding. Tell the person, yeah, I understood like this. Is it what you are saying or something else is there? Evaluate the message. Why is it telling you? Is there any only for data communication or there is any hidden meaning? In the sense, is he or telling something which is bothering him or her? Telling the problems that person has got. Not able to express properly, but you should be able to understand. And neutralize your own feelings. When somebody is telling something, don't get angry. If something is maybe giving a negative feedback to you. And if you get angry when the person is giving negative feedback, then the communication stops there. So you have to ensure that you don't get on the offensive. You neutralize your feelings. Types of listeners. Lazy listener. He'll act as if, oh, yeah. But actually the mind is not there. The only body is just shaking here and there. Take turns listener means I'm just waiting for you to take half a second breath. Then I say, yeah, I will tell you now. Without giving the chance for this person, because just that half a second gap was there. This happens in the case of TV debates nowadays very often. Insecure listener, the person is speaking. Why is he telling me? Is he asking for some help now? I say, no, I was going like that. I was catching a bus. By the time when I entered the bus and I suddenly saw my pocket, my money was not there. Now I'm feeling insecure. Is that person asking money from me now? And thereafter, no more communication happens. Competitive listener means when you say anything, I got a bigger thing to say. Hey, what a traffic jam, yeah, in that place. Hey, what, that place, come to this place, bigger traffic jam. Oh, it's raining so heavily, in Mumbai. Mumbai is nothing. You should come to Mangalore. It's much heavier than that. Anything that you say, I got a bigger thing to say. That is not the time to say anything. You may have a bigger rainfall, you may have bigger jams, you may have a bigger house. Don't say that at that point of time because you are required to listen. So don't advise. So I'll give one scenario now. Imagine, so I'm also using that vividness. Imagine that you are in an auto rickshaw. An auto rickshaw is in a big jam. 1 kilometer ahead, lorries, buses. 1 kilometer this side, lorry, buses. 3 lanes, lorry, buses, heavy vehicles, diesel fumes. You can't even breathe. And pouring rain, heavy rain happening. The auto rickshaw doesn't have even a side tarpaulin. And your rain drops entering, breeze bringing the rainwater inside. Your shoes are wet, your pant is wet. You're shivering and you're 5 kilometers away from your destination. You have to go for a meeting half an hour later. You have the client meeting there and you are physically shivering because of the rain and the fumes. And mentally also you're stressed because you know that you're not going to, the first client meeting that you had planned for a business that you are going to get as a trainer and you are in this situation. And suddenly your phone rings. And it's a friend on the other side. And if the friend says, "Oh, Vijay, kahan hai? Where are you?" And you tell him all this sad story of yours, your jam, your diesel fumes, your wet, and auto rickshaw is under, the tires are underwater, flooded with rainwater. You don't know, it might even stall anytime. So you tell all this story and the person listen to you all on the side, your friend. What do you think your friend, knowing your friend, what do you think that friend's reply would be? Just let it in the chat box. Imagine the reply your friend will give when you narrate this situation to that friend and the friend has called you on the phone when you are in the jam, flood, stressful situation. Let's see some good suggestions here. Put yourself in your friend's place, or suppose I had told you this one, what would be your reply? So Ananya says, "How are you now?" Ram Singh says, "Don't worry." Manohar says, "Relax, have chai, you will do great." Sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah, insecurity. Now मुझे बोलेगा मुझे pick up करो इधर से. Any help from me, you will be all right. So what if I tell you that none of these are correct? For example, okay, don't worry. Which of these 4 it is that don't worry? You're advising that person.
You can come easily, no problem.
That again you are advising. He is having a problem. How do you know what problem he is having? He can't even get out of the auto because it is flooded rain. And
He's
Mumbai,
telling that,
if you step on a flooded drain, there is no guarantee that you will not step inside a open manhole. One doctor lost his life last about 5 years back in Dadar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And his dead body is washed ashore in Dadar, Chapati. So how can he say, "Don't worry, chalo, niklo abhi, paidal chalo"?
Not to worry, sir. Come easily.
That is what I want to tell. Don't advise people because I written upar, na, do not advise. What you said is just advice. And how are you is a probe. We're asking, how are you? How can he be? I mean, he has told this, all this Dukh Bhari Kahani has already told you. Now you can't say, how are you now? Relax, please, again is an advice. Have a chai is an advice. Chai kahan se piyega? The middle of the jam wo hai. And some people have this tendency of saying, नहीं होगा बारिश, ऐसे ऐसे कैसे बारिश होगा, झूठ बोल रहा होगा. And they will not say that you are telling, hey, there is no rain here, yeah. Now when I say there is no rain here, you are actually telling, I don't agree that, there is rain there, especially if the manager is the person who has called, and you are supposed to come for a meeting, and you say there is a rain and jam, and manager says no rain here in Sips. You're talking about Malad? There is no rain in Sips. Means I'm actually being judged for being told a lie. I told a lie. Interpret is branding a person. Suppose it happens with an employee and the manager is the person who is receiving the call, and manager will brand that person. Every time there is an emergency requirement, you have to get into some trouble or other. You're born unlucky person. तुम्हारा तो रोजाना का problem है that you never are able to make it to a meeting. You have one excuse or other. Why didn't you start early? So don't get into any of these things. Now comes what is known as empathic listening. If all these are incorrect, so what is the correct thing? Correct thing is to do empathic listening. And the definition of empathic listening is, don't go by the weather report of that person. He has not told you the weather report. He has not told you the traffic situation. What is he expressing?
His present condition.
His condition, his helplessness, his stress, his physical insecurity, all those things expressing. And how do you know that he is helpless? Because you are not in a video call, you are in a phone call. Will the phone call, agony, correct? Will the phone call carry that feeling or not? It does.
Voice.
Looking, just listening to the voice, you can make out what feelings is there. That is part of being emotional intelligence. Without seeing the people, by listening to the voice, you should be able to make out what is the feeling. And then put a word to that feeling. And if you say that, okay, you say that you seem to be in terrible agony. You sound very stressed. You seem to be very disturbed. I found out what is the feeling and use an appropriate word and just said, this is what your feeling is. And that person says, yes. My person, my friend, my family member, jo bhi ho, my manager has understood what my feeling is. Now you want to help, we can ask, okay, kahan ho? Can I do something? All those things can follow later. But first is nullify the agony of that person by listening empathically. That is most important. And this is a learnable skill. There is nothing that you have to be born with it. If you're born with it, fantastic, but it can be learned. Because all of us have got this panchendriyas, na? We got eyes. We think listening is only through ears. No. Eyes are there, ears are there. Mind is there to think what is this person talking. Undivided attention is required. And hard to understand the feelings. And this is actually the Chinese character for listening. Chinese character for listening comprises of ears, mind, heart, undivided attention, and eyes. That means in proper listening, we have to make use of all these things. Because just by words coming to your one indriya, which is listening, is not good enough. You'll miss out on many other things because the signals processing happens this manner. Only 7% are attributable to the words, especially when there are feelings involved. The words do not carry any meaning. I'm all right. किसी झगड़ा हो गया, then he say, how are you? I'm all right. Especially in family situation, I'm all right. Anything wrong? Nothing wrong. That nothing is so strong, that means nothing is equal to infinity. Everything is wrong. So don't go by the words. because words carry only 7%. 55% from the body language and 38% from, so let's say I can see Ananya and Ghosh and Narayan sir. Let rest of the people, let me, yeah, I can't, when in screen share, I can't use the gallery mode. Okay, let me see these two people. Rather, other people, I want you to be honest with me. So raise one hand. Make a ring with his two fingers. Do exactly what I say. Okay. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. And quickly put it on your chin. Quickly, Abhi, don't think. Rakesh, you took 30 minutes, second for that. And Purushottam has done on the cheek, because I did it on the cheek. Though I said quickly put it on your chin, I did it on the cheek. Everybody did it in the cheek. That means people follow the body language. They don't go by there's a mismatch between the spoken word as you hear and the body language. The meaning of the body language will be taken and not that of the spoken word. And 38% modulation. The same sentence can be told in 4 different manners by stressing each individual word. If there is a girlfriend, boyfriend, and there is a fight between them, and one fine day the girlfriend tells to the boyfriend in this particular manner, "Don't kiss my hand." The "don't" is so powerful, the boy has to run away from there. But he says in this particular manner, "Don't kiss my hand." Stress is on the kiss, means kissing is not allowed, but holding is allowed. Don't kiss my hand. Go and kiss somebody else's hand. Don't kiss my hand. Look for some other parts. Same thing by the voice modulation, totally different meaning can be conveyed. And when you're flat, monotonous, people can't listen, people can't understand why you are speaking like that. There's a concept known as talking stick, practiced by the American tribal chiefs. What you call them, Red Indians, because Columbus did not know where he has reached. He wanted to go to India. Direction change over here. Instead of coming to the west, he went to the east. And first island he got, oh, India will go, India will go. They called them West Indies. Then he said, no, further India hoga. Then he went in the American continent. Then he said, oh, people, I reached India now. And all of them are called Indians. So the Indian tribes in the West Indies, in the American continent, Stephen Covey had gone to teach a class of Mexicans, Mohicans. So he had gone to teach a class of American tribal chiefs when they're having meetings. And one of this person was holding a stick like this, decorated stick like this. So he asked them, "Ye kya hai?" He said, when we have our meetings in our tribal committees, the person who is holding the stick, if I am the person who is holding the stick, I get the right to speak. And if the other 6 people are there, each one has to listen. And after I finish, each one of you have to repeat to me as to what I said. You don't have to agree, but you have to say, Vijay, you told this, you told this, you told this. And I must be satisfied that, yes, I have been able to convey correctly what I wanted to tell. Because all of them are repeated. Then the stick will go to the next person. He gets a chance. The rest of the 6 will repeat. So it goes to stick person to person to person to person. When it reaches everybody, everyone knows the other person's point of view. And now we can discuss. Because half the time what happens in meetings is nobody was listening to each other. Everybody is so focused on what I have to tell, not ready to listen to the other person. So imagine that when somebody is speaking, imagine that you have a talking stick and that you are given a talking stick to the other person. Let the other person speak. And after the person has spoken, you tell, this is what you said, correct? Or is there any gap? And that is the way to ensure that there are no communication gaps. Written communication, Of course, you know why it is there. One of the biggest reason is that लिख के दे दो, documentary चाहिए, documentary evidence. So mail भेजो. Orally phone किया ना? Now send me a mail so that I can tell that this is what you told. Because documentation is required because things cannot be. I mean, if something goes wrong, then things have to be fought in courts, or even within the company for higher ups. Then you need. So forgetting, large number of people involved. Danger of forgetting is there. Detailed instructions. Communication to be passed from people to people. No, this is there. In many communication games, you have lots of games like this. I go to a place here that Karnataka State Reserve Police battalion is there. They have people coming for 1 month training on promotion to sub-inspectors. It's close to my house, about 15 kilometers. They call me for a 4-hour session. So one of them is communication session. So they give me, one day there was a instruction from the commandant of the battalion that 2 o'clock we have to send 6 trucks to 15 kilometers away one place. 2 o'clock in the night, 6 trucks have to go. So commandant to assistant commandant to next one, finally to the Havaldar level people. By the time it reaches there, instead of 2 o'clock, 6 trucks, it becomes 6 o'clock, 2 trucks. So finally 6 o'clock, 2 trucks were sent, and the person has then 2 o'clock se wait karna hai, 6 o'clock aa raha hai, wo bhi 2 truck aa raha hai. So this was the instruction. And this is not a story I'm telling what they told me. When I told my own fictional stories, they said this is exactly what happened also. And in Hubli, there is a hotel called Udupi Hotel. And they were some 15 kilometers away from that place. They said, we have to go for lunch. And yeah, Java Udupi. So these people started going to Udupi from Hubli rather than going to Udupi Hotel. And Udupi is quite a distant away. So people can misinterpret, people can forget. And these stories are told by those sub-inspectors whom I was training. So I had an internet connection when I was in Pune, and one day it just stopped working. And I said, I'm considering disconnecting my internet connection with you, if not resolved from a time frame, and please call me and so number. So this was normal mail. I wanted to act angry, but there's no point in acting angry on somebody who is reading it. And I got this reply. You tell me what is wrong with this reply. You have to focus on the first paragraph only. The first line is thank you. The next paragraph, XXX. So you just read these 2 paragraphs only. Is it a right reply? Or this could have been different?
I think it's wrong reply.
Yeah, tell me what is wrong.
So first thing, they should start with like accepting or concern of talking about your concern first.
Correct.
And what infrastructure, best in class, whatever it is.
I'm not interested. Mera phone kaam nahi kar raha hai.
Yes.
So don't tell about, your trumpet, we are a great company, so and so and so. I don't care, yeah. 4 दिन से मेरा phone काम नहीं कर रहा है ना. No, you are doing something right is okay, but why it is not working for me? So when I'm in a good mood, you can tell me about your greatness. When my things are not working and I do not want to listen to all these stories, you come to the point straight away that we are sending directly. तो सॉरी तो अपॉलॉजी तो फर्स्ट टाइम होना चाहिए. तो उसमें अपॉलॉजी तो है नहीं है. Thank you for raising concern. We are sorry. That should have been the first sentence saying that, and we are immediately doing what is required. So this is called I mode. I perspective. I am so and so. This thing and so. No, put you perspective. What is in it for the customer? If you talk about the reason for him facing issues, talk about the reason for him facing issues. No, but yeah, but they are telling we are great. No, they are not coming to my solution. I already told my solution. The problem is that the phone is not working. So come and tell me why. When are you going to repair it? Give me a time frame. Okay, you can say that this is a major issue and it will take 2 days. I'm okay with that. No. But when you say that you are a great company, I'm not getting that confidence that you're looking, because we are a multi-million-dollar company. तुम तो क्या ना तुम्हारा bill कितना है महीने में? 500 rupees? I don't care. Same template. Because this is right. I met another company. He said, "Yeah, मेरे पास भी वही template है." कहाँ से मिला? When I wasn't working in that company, I brought the same template here, so I use it here also. Okay, now tell me, this is a great person. Deliberately, I'm not taking names, because once something is going in YouTube, etc., we should not belittle somebody's reputation. But these are taken from Google. You can also search in Google. And he was the CEO, MD, board of directors of a startup in Mumbai. And he writing to the financiers who had pumped in $200 million into his startup. And a young boy of 24 years, ex-IIT Bombay. इतना ही बोल सकता हूँ, उससे ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा. बाद में प्राइवेट में पूछो कौन सा नाम है गूगल करने के लिए. I don't think you guys are intellectually capable enough to have any sensible discussion anymore. This is something which I not believe, but can also prove on your faces. Writing to financier who has put in $200 million. I calculated long back that I only have 3 lakh hours in my life, and they are not much to waste with you guys. So I resigned from position of secretaryship, chairmanship, CEO, everything. I'm available for the next 7 days to help the transition. Won't give you more time than that. So please be efficient in this duration. Anger not controlled. And you are writing to somebody who is actually your Maiba for the company, who has built the company and made you CEO, a chairman of the company at age 24. Even if you guess it, you can put it in the chat box. Don't tell me, so that chat will not be recorded. Anybody guess the name? Yeah, Ananya is typing, so probably she knows the name. So spelling, appropriate word, jargon, grammar, sentence construction, etc. is very much essential, because nobody wants to, especially when writing in a slide, when you're there is written communication, when you're sending a letter or a mail or putting in a LinkedIn post or Facebook post, because those are the branding capability, the things nowadays. Na? Yeah. So be careful about that. So creating well-formed sentences, large and diverse vocabulary. I mean, I don't want to tell about vocabulary to you people, but you are guiding some people under you, youngsters. Tell them that every day 5 words from newspapers, news items, magazines. Nowadays, everything is available on the online itself. We don't have. And 5 words from there, and use those 5 words. Find out the meaning in the dictionary. Again, online dictionary is there. Find out its pronunciation. There is an app called Natural Reader. It reads out the word to you, correct pronunciation. And then use that word. And this is how I learned English after my MSc, because till MSc I didn't have to worry about English. In maths, MSc, all I have to say is so and so, therefore equal to so and so. QUED. Problem solved. So when I actually failed in an interview in Chennai for Delhi Cloth Mills for management training, then it hit me there, my English is not good at all, that I can't speak. I can't take part in group discussions. In 2 months, I sat with Hindu newspaper and learned 5 words every day. So if youngsters like Karuna, if 5 words per day, it is 100 words per month, and 1,000 words per year, 2,000 words per 2 years, you don't need more than 2,000 words of those words for your entire lifetime. That is enough for your English communication, because only 2,000 words of the 1 million words are used. The rest of the words are used by Shashi Tharoor only. Punctuation. Woman. Without her, man is nothing. Conveys one meaning. Woman without her man gives the opposite meaning. The right punctuation is required. Don't depend on computer to correct your English because it will change the meaning. If you think that Grammarly suggesting something or computer will edit it to you. I wrote a beautiful love poem. After the spell check and grammar check by the computer, it sounds like a business proposal. The feeling will be lost. Bhavana, bhavana, computer will understand. That's why human beings have to write themselves. Now we come to something known as difficult text, easy text. So I don't expect you to read this one. Now, a text is considered difficult or easy based on what is known as the readability index. So when you do spell check in Word, it gives the statistics.
On that.
Pardon? I muted. Okay, I muted all of them. So, new participant. That's why I had to mute again. So, this one, I'll show the next slide. I'll just read one line. Of late, it is being noticed that vehicles, two-wheelers and four-wheelers, Dr. Bhartia is there, he will know this one. Because this was from SEEPS, Notice Board of SEEPS, written by our government officers from SEEPS. SEEPS is a government organization. So this is a notice in our notice board, signed by the SEEPS administrator, as an IAS officer. It is also observed that some of the vehicles such as tempos, etc. are being parked with employees and units without giving prior intimation. It has also been observed. So keeps on going. Now, if I check the readability index, it comes to the bottom last three lines. Flesch reading is 48.8. Flesch Kincaid grade level is 12.7 and passive sentence is 62.5. Your text becomes unreadable or difficult to read when there are too many passive sentences. So reduce the passive sentence. Grade level indicates how many years of English language education you must have in order to understand that. It says 12.7. That means somebody who has studied the English medium up to 13, or some of us who are like me, who have studied in the Kannada medium, that means I must have had at least a graduate degree to understand this one. And Flesch reading is 0 is the KG school, 100 is the KG school, 0 means nobody can read. Typically 60 to 70 should be the Flesch reading is. So this is failing in all the three parameters. So now, same thing I corrected. I re-edited just to get the essence of that. This is regarding parking vehicle inside seats. We have seen some problems security. Some of the problems are this, etc. Drivers, because this is meant for the drivers. Of course, owners also, but mainly for the drivers who park it. So now, after that, what has happened? Passive sentence is 20% only. Passive sentence is 0%. No passive sentence. Everything is active. Easy to understand. Grade level 8. That means anybody who has done up to 8th standard or at least 10th standard can read it. Reading has come to 60. So check your own text using the same thing is repeated. This I copied from internet just today only. And Shashithara also wanted to make fun of the Belpuri. The recipe shared by Shashithara further the snack comprises chips. There's microgreens sourced directly from the Nilgiris, luscious also rasa of ras, khal, khamai dates, and exceedingly rare Assamese bhut jolakya chilies. And then the preparation can be seasoned with a sauce of sweet Kerala, beet sand, soil-grown tamarind, and Malabar organic raw sugar. Good ke liye bolta hai, Malabar organic raw sugar. All these wonderful ingredients then tossed in a bronze bowl with Macedonia's of Gujarati winter shallots and Vidarbha heritage potatoes. Now I checked the readability index of that and it came out as 39.9, that is 40, way below the 60. And to understand this, you require at least graduate degree. So, but All of them must have done spell check, ना? तो spell check में नहीं मिला ये word में spell check में spelling check हो गया ना? हाँ, फिर ये क्यों नहीं हुआ? That is the thing I wanted to keep it as suspense. Default में the readability index is disabled. So go to file, go to options, and there is an option called proofing, and there spelling and grammar check, and it says readability statistics के लिए वो tick नहीं किया हुआ है. उसको tick करना पड़ता है शुरू में once only in Word. And once that is done, next time you do spell check, it will also give you this same table of readability index. So this is the hack which I am telling you just now.
Can
Right.
you repeat the
Yeah.
Can you repeat the statics of that readability index? What should
Meaning of
ideally-
meaning
What should ideally it be?
this should be 60 to 70.
Flash reading easy.
Reading is 60 to 70. Because you don't want to make it 100. 100 will be KG school English.
Okay.
This is a cow, this is my house. We don't want that. Too easy. 0,
Okay.
coming towards 0, Tarur ka, 30%. Difficult. 60 to 70. Keep it at 60 to 70. And grade
And-
level, depending upon the audience. If you are writing to drivers, you know there are only 10 standard pass, keep it at 10. If you are addressing graduates, you can keep it at 14. But don't make it 18.
So it should be 10 to 14.
Depending on the audience. It is meant for whom? Circular is meant for whom? Or the mail is meant for whom? So for example, you are writing LinkedIn. LinkedIn is you are a professional, I am a professional. Similar professionals are watching it. So typically a graduate will have in LinkedIn, graduate will have 14 years of study. So 14
Correct.
होना चाहिए. But उसको 18 करोगे, 20 करोगे, then even that will not, chap will not read it. And your idea of writing in LinkedIn is that people should read it and like it. So at least your LinkedIn posts, you run through once and see whether it is within the range or not.
And passive sentence should be
Passive
0.
sentence avoid
Or
as much as possible. As much as possible. 0 भी हो सकता है.
less than 10
कभी-कभी
or
डालना
like-
पड़ता है because you can't say manager has goofed up. You can't tell, na. So we have to say this project has been goofed up. That means you are not telling anybody's name. To avoid situations where you have to take names, now because subject has to come first, na. So in that case, avoidable situations, you use passive voice.
Vijay sir,
Yeah.
in the Word document in options, you mentioned just take readability statistics, right?
Yeah. I'll show you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You go here. No, I'm going back.
No, I have it in
Ah.
front of me. I just want to know
File options. Go to file options.
proofing.
In that proofing, and proofing where then it says, spell check, etc. There one of the checkboxes, readability statistics will be unchecked in default. When you install Word, it is unchecked.
Right. So I
No,
just
yeah,
need
it
to
is part of Word, part of add, part of Word only. It is not Grammarly or something like that. It is part of Word itself.
yeah. So the only thing I need to do is check readability statistics, right?
इसको click करो बस.
Thank you, sir.
Then it comes. Every time you run spell check, the statistics comes. So, yeah, it's available to you in video. You can go through the same thing. What I've told. इधर एक show readability statistics के bottom में है ना, उसको click करना पड़ता है. Last slide.